Good morning/afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to explore a comprehensive overview of behavior measurement techniques. This presentation will guide you through various tools used to measure behavior, the criteria for selecting the right methods, and best practices to ensure accurate and reliable data collection. Whether you're new to this topic or looking to deepen your understanding, I'm excited to share valuable insights that can enhance your approach to behavioral research. Let's dive in. Behavior measures are essentially the tools and methods we use to systematically observe, record, and quantify human actions or responses. They are vital in both research and practical settings because they give us objective data about how people behave in different environments. These measures cover a wide range of techniques, from watching someone directly to using self-reports, all aimed at capturing specific behaviors or patterns. Grasping these measures is key to studying behavior scientifically and developing effective interventions. Most importantly, behavior measures provide objective data on individual actions, which is crucial for accurate analysis and real-world application. Measuring behavior is essential for several important reasons. First, we use it to establish baseline data, which helps us understand what behaviors are occurring, how often, and in what context. This baseline gives us a clear picture of the starting point. Next, measuring behavior allows us to evaluate interventions. By tracking changes over time, we can see if a treatment or strategy is actually making a difference. It's a way to test effectiveness objectively. Additionally, behavior measurement serves a critical role in research. It provides reliable data that helps us explore and better understand behavioral theories, relationships, and outcomes. Finally, accuracy in measurement is crucial. Without precise and valid data, any conclusions we draw or decisions we make could be based on subjective opinions rather than solid evidence. Ensuring accuracy means our interventions and research are trustworthy and meaningful. When selecting a behavior measure, there are 4 key criteria we need to keep in mind. First is validity. This means a measure should truly capture behavior we're interested in, without being influenced by unrelated factors. Next is reliability, which ensures the measurement is consistent over time with different observers and across various conditions. Third, we have sensitivity. A good measure should be able to detect meaningful changes or differences in behavior, even if they are subtle. Finally, practicality is crucial. The tool should be feasible to use considering the resources, time, and settings available. Balancing all these factors will help us choose the most effective behavior measure. When measuring behavior, it's crucial to consider the environment and the individuals involved. The appropriateness of any behavior measure depends a lot on where and with whom you're working. For example, whether you're in a classroom, a clinical setting, at home, or observing naturalistic environments, each setting influences which measures are practical and valid to use. Additionally, the characteristics of the target population are key. Factors like age, cognitive ability, and cultural background can greatly impact the choice of measurement tools. You want to make sure the tools fit the people you're observing. Another important point is behavior specificity. Clearly defining which behaviors you intend to observe or record helps guide you toward selecting the most relevant and effective tools. Aligning your measurement methods carefully with the context and population not only increases the accuracy, but also ensures the data you collect is meaningful and useful. When measuring behavior, there are several common methods we use. First, direct observation involves carefully watching and recording behavior as it happens, following a systematic approach to ensure accuracy. Then we have rating scales, which are structured forms filled out by observers or informants to provide a summary of how often or how intensely certain behaviors occur. Another method is self-reports, where individuals provide information about their own behavior through questionnaires or interviews. Lastly, physiological measures focus on tracking biological indicators linked to behavior, like heart rate or skin conductance, giving us insight into the body's responses. Each of these methods offers a unique way to understand behavior in different contexts. When we look at direct observation, it's one of the most accurate ways to gather data because you see behaviors firsthand. However, it can be very resource intensive, requiring a lot of time and effort, and sometimes the act of observing can actually change the behavior being studied, which is something to keep in mind. Rating scales are great for efficiency. They're easy to administer and analyze, but they do rely heavily on the person doing the rating, which introduces subjectivity. The accuracy depends a lot on how insightful and unbiased the rater is. Self-reports give us a valuable personal perspective, allowing individuals to share their own experiences and feelings. The downside is they can be influenced by memory errors or the desire to present oneself in a socially favorable light, which can skew the results. Lastly, physiological measures offer objective and precise data, often providing deeper insights that aren't easily captured through other methods. The trade-off is that they can be expensive to use and usually require specialized equipment and expertise. Each measure type has its strengths and challenges, so choosing the right one depends on the specific goals and constraints of the study. First, it's essential to clearly define your research or intervention goals. You need to be specific about which behaviors you want to measure so that your focus is precise from the start. Next, review existing measures that align with these goals. Pay close attention to their validity and reliability to ensure you're selecting a tool that provides accurate and consistent results. After narrowing down your options, pilot your chosen measure with a small sample. This trial run helps to check if the measure is practical and easy to understand. Finally, evaluate the pilot results carefully. This step confirms whether the measure is effective or if adjustments are necessary. Following the step-by-step process minimizes errors and builds confidence in your final behavior measure choice. To wrap up, it's crucial that the tools we choose for measuring behavior closely align with the specific objectives of our study, as well as the population we're working with and the context in which we're operating. This alignment ensures the data we collect is relevant and meaningful. At the same time, we must prioritize validity and reliability. It's not enough for a measure to be practical. It has to accurately and consistently capture the behavior we're studying. Whenever possible, piloting our measures before full implementation is a smart step. This allows us to identify any issues early and make necessary adjustments. Finally, maintaining clarity in how we define the target behaviors is essential. This precision helps improve the accuracy of our measurements and ultimately leads to more trustworthy results.